Hi students, and welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian and I'm streaming to you from beautiful Victoria here in Western Canada. Today students, we are looking at an IELTS Speaking Part 1 about feeling happy. Somebody's asking me, how am I feeling today? I'm feeling happy today. Thank you for asking. Nipa. Welcome Fuang. Hi Chayani. Hi Dewey Chen. Eldo. Good to see many of our members and lovely to see our chat moderator Carolina here in the class with us as well. Welcome to many of our students. Again, hi Nipa, Akira, Ridham. Students, this lesson right now today is Speaking Part 1. I will give you strategies and tips to improve your speaking band score on your next IELTS speaking interview. And also we will practice speaking with our students as well. I want to spend as much time as possible with our speaking volunteers so that you can learn from each other and that you can improve your grammar, your vocabulary, your fluency, your confidence. This class is brought to you by aehelp.com for academic IELTS. Visit us there. We will use this website today for our speaking practice. You can also use gieltshelp.com. That's for general IELTS, and there is free speaking on both of those websites for everybody. I'll quickly show you what these websites look like because again, we will be using them. This is our academic IELTS website here. You can click this big red button to join the premium package. That's just above my head right there. It's a one-time payment for lifetime access. We're an IDP affiliate. We're a British Council partner. We're an IELTS test registration center. I'm a certified British Council agent. We are professionals. We have been helping thousands of people for nearly 20 years with the IELTS exam. When you click that Join Now button, we've got some new features for you. We have been doing a lot of updates to our website in the last week. So if you have seen a couple of disruptions with the apps and with the websites, just because we're making them better. So apologies for any interruptions, but they are better and better. In fact, one really cool feature that you will see now is you have the Google Pay option. So for a lot of people, I know many people in India prefer to use Google Pay. You can now use Google Pay on the websites as well, so making it even easier for many of you to get access to these materials. And of course, to help you even more, you can click this coupon code entry here and use the code HISTORY99 in this class for an extra 10% discount. And another new feature that you will see is the payment, the currency is not in US dollars anymore, it's in your local currency. So you're going to see that the cost of the course is shown in your local money, which is a bit clearer and more helpful as well. So lots of new features and more new features coming very soon as well to the website. So keep an eye out. We're always making the learning experience better and better for you. For general IELTS, visit us at gieltshelp.com. Same idea. Click the big red button there, and as they say, you are off to the races. So just above my head there, okay? All right, students, again, the apps also, we've been doing upgrades, making them faster, making them better. They are functioning now. You can get them from your Apple or Android stores. They are up and available. If you have the app, I recommend downloading the app again, so reinstalling it, because we have released a new version, a completely new version. So IELTS for the apps, it's Academic IELTS Help in your App Store and General IELTS Help in your App Store. So check out the apps as well. Lots of development. If you have any questions, you can ask Carolina in the chat, or you can ask me by email, adrian@aehelp.com, or you can also send an email to admin@aehelp.com. We are here to help. Our goal is to see you succeed. It's to see you pass the IELTS. We love hearing about our students getting their scores, getting into university, moving to their dream country. So that's why we are here. All right. Students, lots of classes coming up today, tomorrow, and on Saturday. So right now we've got speaking part 1, and then we've got reading for members tomorrow. We've got listening part 1 and part 2 for subscribers on tomorrow after the reading class. So make sure to subscribe to our channel. That way you will get notifications about the live classes and lots of other posts that we put up, like sample task 2 essays and sample task 1 essays. So definitely subscribe, hit the bell button, get notifications of our live classes and materials that are coming for you. Lots of new videos as well. And speaking part 2 and speaking part 3 on a Saturday. Okay, again, check out new videos that are on the channel. They're really helpful for your learning, and lots of them are free. Okay, so I've just put the link for one into the channel there. Okay. Amila, you can purchase mock exams, mock speaking IELTS interview exams on the website. You'll see that in a bit. Let's get into IELTS Speaking Part 1. So IELTS Speaking Part 1, it's the first part of the speaking interview. There are a few different ways this can happen. You can meet with the examiner via computer at home from a few countries now. You might meet your examiner via computer at the exam center, or face-to-face. It's still probably the most popular way is face-to-face. Okay. All right. So the attitude for your IELTS speaking. How should you feel when you go to your IELTS speaking exam? How should you feel? Because today's topic is feeling happy. So how should you feel when you go to your IELTS speaking exam? What do you think? So Mini says confident. Yes, that's a good answer. Confident. Because then you speak clearly, loudly, and accurately. Anonymous says fresh, and Chen says excited. Yes, absolutely. I agree. You should feel fresh and excited. Yeah, have lots of energy. So have lots of energy and intonation. So, you know, a lot of people hear the what is your hobby question, and they might be bored by the time they hear it on the IELTS exam. Never be disinterested. Okay, so never be disinterested in the IELTS. Every topic should seem very exciting. Even if it's the 100th time that you're hearing it, okay? And another point, everybody, you know, is it's okay to be a bit nervous. It is okay to be a bit nervous. Being a little bit nervous makes you alert, makes you ready, makes you human, okay? Just don't panic. Okay? So be confident. And if you're a little bit nervous at times, that's okay too. All right? It's a natural feeling, as Akira says. Absolutely. Okay, when you go to your IELTS exam, what are some important points to remember about the examiner? before you go into the interview? That's a really good question, right? I think a lot of people are really kind of apprehensive. It's kind of like being scared or withdrawn from the examiner. So what are important points to remember about the examiner before you go into the interview? Okay, Anahita says, he is your grandpa. He is your grandpa, or she is your grandma. So you speak loudly, clearly, with details, and respectfully. Sure. What else should you remember about the examiner? So yes, so think about the examiner as your grandpa, not as your friend. Okay, when you speak to your friend, it's too casual. Not as your boss, because when you speak to your boss, you might be nervous and it might be too formal. But think about the examiner as your grandfather or your grandmother. So speak with respect, speak clearly, speak with details. Okay. Not what to do. So Arkna says to be polite, clear, and audible. Make eye contact. Okay, Alexander, very good. So Alexander says, remember, they are a professional. They are there to do a job. And that job is to assess your English. Absolutely. What else should you remember about the examiner? Okay, this is a good one, and people are often curious about this. They do not take your answers, or they shouldn't, personally. They are objective to your ideas. They focus only on your English and communication skills. Now, of course, excuse me, having said that, it doesn't mean like be rude or curse, okay? Like don't be, I'm not saying like go off the handle, right? So don't be rude and curse or give some really strange prejudice answers, for example. Okay, but you can give your own ideas without worrying about their opinion. Okay? Sometimes people are like, oh, what if I talk about a little bit about politics, or what if I talk a little bit about this and that? No, it's fine. And just don't be like extreme, right? Okay? So don't be extreme, but you can speak your mind. And in fact, you should, because when you speak your mind, it makes a lot more sense. So you don't need to censor yourself, okay? They're there to do a job. There's another really important point, and I'm talking about these because today's topic is feelings, and it's about feeling happy for speaking part 1. So why not talk about the feelings and the attitude, okay? Okay, don't care about the examiner's behavior. Okay, so if they look grumpy, if they look happy, you should ignore that. If they are making some strange sounds, looking at their paper, staring at you, you should ignore that. Focus on yourself, okay? All right? Different people have different attitudes, and you are there to do a job. Again, speak professionally, speak clearly, speak loudly. Focus on your language, focus on your communication, okay? A lot of times I hear this from candidates like, oh, I got really nervous or I got confused because the examiner was writing on their paper, and what does it mean when they write a number 6, and what's happening if they're like looking at me all weird and making some strange grumbly sounds. I've also heard sometimes students say, oh, my examiner was really cheery and happy. They're like, hi, how are you? Oh, it's okay. Well, have a seat. I'm your examiner. Okay, that's a really bubbly person. Some people are very bubbly. Careful. Don't become bubbly. They're not your buddy. They're not your pal. They're not suddenly your BFF, okay? Anybody know what BFF is? Some examiners, when they see somebody is really nervous, they kind of do that, but almost Caroline, almost Janet. Yeah, Eldo, that's right. Best friend forever. Okay. Right? They're not your BFF. Okay, so they're not your best friend forever. Sudeep, it is okay to use slang words. So Sudeep's saying don't use slang words. Slang words are okay as long as they are controlled. Okay? All right. So that's the right attitude, okay? You're there to do a job. They are there to do a job. Focus on that. Ignore everything else. Be confident. If you're a little bit nervous at the beginning, at the start of part 2, it's okay. All right, and then what you want to do is you want to always focus on giving an answer, explanation, example. Let's make that big. Answer, explanation, and example. Okay. Use the questions in your answers and reflect the grammar. What do I mean? If the question is present perfect, use present perfect in your answer. Okay? All right. So the examiner will start by saying, what is your full name? So give me your full name. Okay, you don't have to share your real full name in the chat. You can just make it up. In fact, students, sometimes I recommend doing that. It's maybe a better idea. So they will ask for your identification. And again, this is speaking, so make sure to speak. Copy me. Okay. Speak and repeat. So, may I see your identification? Yes, of course. Here is my passport I used to register. Please take a look. What is your full name? Ahmed Ziada says my full name is Ahmed Mohammed Mansour. Please call me by my first name, Ahmed. Okay, Ahmed, that is lovely. That's perfect. Anonymous says, yes, sure. Here's my passport, which I used to register a couple of weeks ago. Please have a look at my credentials. Very nice, okay? Nipa says, my full name is Nipa Bagum. You can call me Nipa. Nipa, practice the full response, okay? Shivam says, my given name is Shivam and my family name is Sharma. Please call me Shivam, okay? So, give your full name, tell them what to call you so that they know you prepared for the IELTS exam. Good. Useful sentences for these, okay? So full sentences, don't just use short sentences, okay? It's very important. It shows the examiner that you are prepared and that you are there to show your best English. Don't just say, yes, sure, for your ID, and don't just say, I'm John Paul. Okay, well, how do I give you a good band score? It sounds like it's going to be the shortest conversation ever. Okay, so full sentences, everybody, all right? Okay, and then they'll ask you some warm-up questions. So they'll ask you a question like, how did you come to this exam? Okay, give me a nice full sentence for this one, like this. Came by public transit. I took the bus so that I could get in some last minute study, and it took about 45 minutes door to door. Okay, so that would be your Band 9 level answer. Band 9 level, all right? So again, repeat after me, and then I will take a look at your answers. So how did you come to this exam? I came by public transit. I took the bus so that I could get in some last minute study, and it took about 45 minutes door to door. Okay. Here's my answer. All right. Here's my explanation. And in this case, I don't need an example, but I definitely include my answer and my explanation. It in itself is the example, right? Marco says, I came by train. It's quite convenient because I'm close to the station. It took about 30 minutes. Be concise. Okay, Marco? So we want to be natural and concise. Let me show you. So this is Marco's answer here. If you look at the chat, you'll see Marco answering in this way. Marco, it's a good idea. Let's make it concise. Concise language is very important, okay? So you want detail, but you want it to be concise. Especially for those of you who know that you reached the band 6.57 level, you want to focus on this. Okay. So Marco said, I came by train, which is quite convenient because I live close to the train station. I would say it's shorter, Marco. I would say I came by train. It is convenient, not to me, but because I not love, but live close to the station. We don't need train again because we already said that. It took 30 minutes. We don't need the about. So that's the concise way to say it. Naturally, okay? Native speakers usually, especially for this kind of a question, are quite concise. I came by train. It is convenient because I live close to the station. It took 30 minutes. Okay, all right. And then the examiner says, let's talk about feeling happy. Are you usually a positive person? Okay, and I see some other good answers. Keep answering, students. We're actually going to chat with each other here after you see some more Band 9 examples, okay? Anahita says, I am optimistic most of the time. Okay, let me grab that, Anahita. So this is Anahita's answer here. Are you usually a positive person? Positive is kind of like happy, right? And see how in brackets here it says why not? It's because they're looking for an explanation. So Anahita says, I am an optimistic person most of the time, but there are some cases when it's a time when I am not. You can use the contraction here, Anahita. So after you say it with the I am, you can use a contraction. When I'm not positive, instead of not positive, well, yeah, sure, pessimistic. When I'm not positive, like feeling upset while the oppressors are punished. What? Once my teacher insulted my arrogant classmate who bullied me. But, okay, I'm looking for the rest of that. But my heart broke for her. I see it, Anahita. Okay. Anahita, that's band 6. Okay. some unnatural and awkward use of language. Some confusion. Okay, so I want you to know why. Again, remember what I said at the start of the class. Nothing personal. We're here to do business, here to assess your English and give you the fair mark, right? So, of course, I have to hear Anahita's fluency and intonation and pronunciation, but the content here is 6, band 6 content. Okay, I'll tell you why, Anahita. Oppressors are punished. In my mind, it's kind of like, what? That's kind of a strange thing to say. Okay, I'm not really sure what that means. But then you explain it a little bit, so that gives me clarity. Like, my teacher insulted my arrogant classmate who bullied me. I kind of get it, but it's a bit awkward. Okay, and then my heart broke for her. Is not a good way to use my heart broke. We usually say I was heartbroken, which means I was very sad. And we use this expression or idiom when we lose a very precious person or item. So a family member, a pet, our ability to take a trip to Hawaii for some reason, our favorite gold necklace. I lost my favorite gold chain. I was heartbroken. Okay, so it's used in a different content. All right, so do not use idioms unless you're 100% sure. In these live classes, use them because then I can teach you when to use them. But in the real exam, do not use idioms in the real exam unless you are 110% sure. Okay? Otherwise, it's going to negatively affect your mark. That's the trick with idioms. All right? So let's fix Anahita's answer here for this first one. Okay. I am optimistic most of the time, but in some cases, I do feel upset, such as when people are punished. My teacher scolded my classmate for bullying me, but I just felt bad for her. Okay? So Anahita, be careful with a complex idea like this. This is what you're trying to say in clear, natural English. Okay, I am an optimistic person most of the time. So let's do this, everyone. I am an optimistic person most of the time, but in some cases I do feel upset, such as when people are punished. My teacher scolded my classmate for bullying me, but I just felt bad for her. Now this is a band 7.5. Why? Why is it still just so I turned that Anahita's answer into perfect English, but why is it still just a 7.5? So why did it only go up a 1.5 band score from a band 6? What do you think? Okay, so even though I made it completely natural sounding, like a native speaker, so if a native speaker went into the exam, got this question and answered in this way, the examiner would write a 7.5. They would say somewhere between good and very good. I will show you a band 9 answer, awesome JS, absolutely. Prima, very good. Prima says, because it's a little bit out of context. So The question is asking, are you usually a positive person? Why or why not, right? So we want to be in context, and you're absolutely right, Prima. It's a little bit out of context. Yes, I am an optimistic, and that's a nice paraphrase there, by the way, Anahita. I am an optimistic person most of the time. I would say at least 90% of the day. I tend to wake up with a smile and approach the day with a positive attitude. Yesterday, I hit the books for this IELTS exam in high hopes to get a great band score, and I'm feeling good right now. All right, so that would be a very accurate answer. Okay, this would be your band 9. Because it's very direct to the question. You're right. So I'm not switching from, well, I'm positive. And Anahita, it's okay to say that sometimes you're negative, but because you started by saying you're an optimistic person most of the time, it would have been better to talk a little bit more about being an optimistic person. And so that's what I'm doing here, because it's usually a positive person, right? That's the focus of the question. Okay, that should make sense. So always target the question, students. Always target the question. As long as you're targeting the question, even if your English isn't as good, like your vocabulary and your grammar, you can still get a pretty good score. Okay. So I am an optimistic person most of the time. I would say at least 90% of the day. I tend to wake up with a smile and approach the day with a positive attitude. Yesterday, I hit the books for this IELTS exam in high hopes to get a great band score. Notice this use of language here. High hopes, positive attitude, 90% of the day, optimistic person. It's that kind of language that you want to use which targets the question, okay? So target the question. As much as possible. But do not overspeak. Okay? Answer, explain, example. Okay? So, and you can say, because I eat healthy and I exercise. So you could say, I'm an optimistic person most of the time because I eat healthy and exercise. I would say at least 90% of the day. Okay, I feel happy. So you can do it like that. Hi, Baljeet. Nice to see you in the class. Okay, let's take another question. What do you do to be happy? What do you do to be happy? Okay. Okay, give me a nice full sentence answer for this one. Let's see. Okay, this is Jyotirmay Shukla. Jyotirmay Shukla says, it's a difficult name to pronounce. Here we go. I have a habit of meditating every morning. Use the question here, Jyoti. I have a habit of meditating every morning to elevate my mood. Okay, so add that little piece of information and that will help. Always reflect on the question. Reflect on the question. to elevate my mood, which is the main reason for being positive. And also I play tabla, which makes me, which helps me stay calm and keeps me focused on my work. Okay, that's pretty good. That's about a band 8 for sure. Before correction, it was a little bit closer to a band 6. Marco has an answer for us. Marco says, playing sports with my friends is the thing. Let's not say thing, Marco. Is the activity. Okay, that makes me happy the most. That makes me the most happy. Makes me the happiest. Okay, use the correct word form, Marco. So playing sports with my friends is the activity that makes me the happiest. Just 5 days ago, I played an amazing tennis match with my best friend Simone, and this is where you can use that, and I was over the moon. I know that a lot of people like that idiom, over the moon, to mean happy. Don't use the word things, students. Things is a cheap word. It replaces better words. So don't use the word things. It's a cheap word. Okay? It's a cheap replacement word. It replaces better words. Okay, Marco, playing sports with my friends is the activity that makes me the happiest. Just 5 days ago, I played an amazing tennis match with my best friend Simone, and I was over the moon for 2 days. That would be a band 9 answer. Very nice, okay? All right, students. So that's some good practice. I think we're all warmed up. I hope everybody was speaking. Remember, this is not just writing. This is not a writing class. It's a speaking class. So make sure to speak and repeat. Copy what I say. Copy how I say it. Copy your classmates. And we're going to get into real speaking, everyone. You can now have the chance to volunteer. Okay, so to volunteer, your first step is to register an account on the website if you don't have one. If you have one, log in. If you have an account, log in and test your speaker, your microphone, your internet connection. Okay, I will put this into the chat there for you. Okay, so click that link, log into your My Student account, okay? When you are in your My Student account, oh, and by the way, you can create a free account. I'm not gonna force you to pay. You don't have to. You can have fun in this class without it, but it's a good time to buy the full course, especially if you want to use these or be in these live classes regularly. It's a good idea. We encourage you. So if you want to buy it, click that big red button. If you want to try it, click that green button. And then you will have a My Student account. And again, students, you can pay with Google Pay now and Apple Pay as well. Okay. So in your My Student account, you have computer-based practice exams. You have a full online course with lots of strategies. You have PDF books that you can download. You can print them. Practice exams. You have lesson videos and HD content. You have audio CDs for all of the listening sections and all of the reading as well. And then you have task 1 writing, task 2 writing. And underneath the writing, you have student partner speaking. That's what we are using right now to practice our speaking with each other. Okay. So you click on that student partner speaking, you accept that you will be polite and not give people private information and use this for IELTS. And then you are going to be in the chat system here. And you will see lots of students in here. We have Silviana, we have Yula, we have Shohaib, Hardeep. You will see some of the students are premium students. Premium students, take note of each other because it means you probably join the website often. So when you open up your course content, make sure to contact each other, practice your speaking. Okay, so now what you want to do next is volunteer. Okay. So beside my name, you will see me as master. Okay, you're gonna see me in here now as master. And then when you see master, you want to click the blue button, the envelope that's beside my name. Okay, and then just simply write, I want to volunteer. Or I'd like to try speaking, or whatever you want. Okay, don't have to say I want to volunteer. All right, and then you can practice with me. So let's give Dewey Fwang an opportunity here. I'm just going to put on my ears so I can hear you better. Okay. Dewey, are you ready? Dewey is one of our channel members. Dewey, if you're there, just send me a message back so I may know that you haven't left for a cup of tea.
Hi there.
Hi, Dewey. How are you?
I'm doing very, very well. How about you?
I'm doing quite well also. Thank you for asking. Dewey, I remember we've talked before. You're originally from Vietnam, is that correct?
Yeah, that's true.
Right? But now you're in France.
Yes, I'm in Paris.
You're in Paris, the city of romance. All right. And Dewey, may I ask, so you're doing work in Paris, right? Like you're doing engineering or something like that?
Yeah, that's correct. I'm doing construction engineer.
Construction engineering. How did you get there? Like, how did you find that job, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, originally I went to study in Hanoi, at uni in Hanoi, and then my university, it kind of had like a relationship with the university in France. So I went to France to do 1 year of exchange study. And then I passed that year, and then I demand the uni in France to accept me to continue my study in France, and luckily I got accepted. So
nice, very good.
Yeah.
So you transferred over. Yeah, it's called a sister university. So when a university has another university that it has a relationship with, we call it a sister university. So sister university in France, and then you did some school there and stayed there. That's fantastic. Okay, and can you just tell everybody why you are taking the IELTS exam?
I have no reason in particular to take the IELTS because I use French on my daily basis. But I want to challenge myself, and I just want to improve my speaking skills mostly.
Good for you. Okay.
I want to have kind of a benchmark and a goal to reach.
Good for you. It's a good combination: Vietnamese, English, and French. What a language combination. All right. Well, let's do this, Dewey. I will ask you a few questions. Give me some nice full sentence answers, and then I will give you some feedback. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, so welcome to the speaking section of the IELTS exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner for this part of the test. For part one, I will ask you a couple of questions to get to know you better and some questions on a general topic. How did you come to this exam?
I got to the exam by public transport. I took a metro and then I took a bus, and it took me a total of 45 minutes to get here.
Let's talk about feeling happy. Are you usually a positive person?
Yes, I'd say I'm a glass half full person. I'm very smiley, and I try to exercise regularly to stay fit and to have a positive mood all day.
What do you do to be happy?
I really enjoy outdoor activities. So when I have some time to spare, I love going outdoors to run or to cycle alongside the river near to my house. Actually, last weekend, I went out running for about 5 kilometers with my friends.
Okay, I'm going to stop there because you're doing a very good job. There's no point to continue. Okay. Actually, last week I went out running for 5 kilometers along the river with my friends. Okay. Very nice, Dewey. As you've heard me say before, your English is quite good. Definitely a band 8 to 8.5 level, certainly. A little bit faster, a little bit smoother, a little bit more connected. It becomes very subjective. Maybe another IELTS examiner might say, hey, I would give him a 9. But definitely you're in that 8 to 9 range. So you're definitely in the range of the very good to the expert user of the language. And I can tell you're paying attention to the information in these lessons. To give you the true mark, I would have to conduct a full interview, so hearing your part 2 and your part 3 answers. So at some point, Dewey, I highly recommend booking one of those full 30-minute IELTS exams from the website, just to really figure out what your true score is. At this point, for these answers, you're definitely in the 8 to 9 category. You're answering very confidently, calmly. You're using good vocabulary. Your idioms are used very accurately as well. So let me just go back and show everybody this one here. So I asked, are you usually a positive person? And you said, yes, I'm a glass half full person. It's interesting because that glass is half full or half empty can be used in many ways, and you used it naturally. So you said, yes, I'm a glass half full person. That is natural, and it is good English. In fact, it's not only good, but it's excellent because it's dynamic. So you're using the idiom correctly and dynamically. It's very challenging to do that. So you said I'm very smiley and I exercise. I didn't forget that, and I'll show you why often. Okay. So that was fine, and your first answer was okay with the public transit as well, and it took you a total of 30 minutes. And then I asked you this next question, what do you do to be happy? And then you said, I really enjoy outdoor activities. So here, what I would do, Dewey, to just give it that extra little push to make it even better, to guarantee the band 9, I would say something like, as I mentioned, I stay active. Right? So make the connection. For band 9 answers, the examiners are really looking for a very connected conversation. So as I mentioned, I stay active. I really enjoy outdoor activities. When I have some time to spare, I go out to run or cycle. Actually, last week I went out running for 5 kilometers along the river with my friends. And I love that precise language because it gives me a really clear idea. Like I can literally see you running along the river somewhere in Paris, okay? So make that connection. That's my only tip for you at this point, Dewey, to even make it just that much better, is connect your answers whenever you see the opportunity, okay?
Okay, thank you for the advice.
But Dewey, that's fantastic, and I think you have a very encouraging story. So just like Dewey, stay ambitious, and you can travel the world and do what you want, right, Dewey?
Yeah, thank you.
All right, have a lovely day, Dewey. Bye for now.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right, that was Dewey. Great, right? Great speaking. And as you can hear, Dewey's got a very nice accent. Sometimes Vietnamese students find pronunciation challenging, but Dewey obviously has been working on it, and he's in France practicing French as well. Okay, Shohaib, one of our premium students. Let's hear from Shohaib. Shohaib, are you ready? Here we go. Premium students, make sure to volunteer. Shohaib, if you are there and you're ready, let me know. I'll give you a few more seconds to respond to my inquiry. I thought I saw a little one come up there. Yeah, there you're. Hi, are you ready? Okay. Shoaib, if you haven't left yet, you're facing some technical issues. Shoaib, send me an email, okay? If you have technical issues, send me an email to admin@ahelp.com so our team can help you. Okay? All right, when you figure that out, Shoaib, let us know, okay? All right. Let's take somebody else. Let's take Lola. Lola says, I want to get a band 9. That's right, you should. Are you ready, Lola? If you're there, let me know. Lola says yes. Okay, here we go, Lola. Hi, Lola. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
All right. You sound a little bit distant. I'm not sure if it's the same for others, but it sounds like you're far away. Can you move a bit closer to your mic or speak up a bit? Turn up the mic volume, maybe?
Okay. Is it okay?
It's a bit better. It's a bit better. I'm not sure. Is it just my headset maybe that's acting up? I don't know. Okay, but I can hear you, Lola. That's the important part. Lola, where are you from?
I'm from Uzbekistan.
You're from Uzbekistan. I knew that, but other people didn't know that. And Lola, why are you taking the IELTS?
I'm for studying.
What do you want to study?
My bad. About I'm not planned it, but I just want to study at university because I'm graduating my school, and that's the usual way to take IELTS.
Okay, so are you going into your undergraduate studies, your bachelor studies?
Undergraduate studies.
Yeah. Okay, great. Well, you still have a bit of time to decide, but I do think it's a good idea to decide in the first or second year of study for sure. Well, Lola, here, let me ask you this. What makes you happy? What kind of activity makes you happy?
Hello.
Yeah, I'm here, Lola. What kind of activity makes you happy?
Um, just smile, make me happy. Are you typing it down?
Can you say that one more time? I didn't quite catch that, or can you say it in a different way?
Pardon me, I can understand you.
Sure, no worries. We'll get to the bottom of it. So we're talking about feeling happy, and I'm asking you a different question to start. I'm asking you the question of what kinds of activities make you feel happy?
I have a lot of activities to make me happy, just like listening music makes me more happy. Reading jokes make me happy too.
All right. Are you usually a positive person?
Yes, I am. I'm usually a positive person because I just feel happy at every time of my life, and I make a lot of jokes to my friends to make them happy too.
Where do you go to enjoy life?
I usually don't go outside, so usually I just stay at home. I prefer to stay at home, and it makes me happy to and enjoy my life. But when it comes to go to anywhere to enjoy, I prefer to go outside just for walking.
When was the last time you felt especially joyful?
When I had a trip to Jezach, if you know this place, to Jezach with my family. It makes me so much happy of my life. It was the enjoyable moment of my life.
If you could change one part of your life to be happier, what would it be?
I could, if I have a chance to change a part of my life to be happier, I will change. I don't know. I don't have. I'm just fine with everything at the moment. I wouldn't change anything.
All right. Good work, Lola. You would get Ben 5.5 to 6. I think you deserve a 6 for that, I believe. You use the conditional, for instance, quite well. Your answers are a bit short and unclear. My first tip to you is don't be so honest, okay? On the IELTS, your goal is just to speak. It's not to be honest. So this question here, if you could change one part of your life to be happier, what would it be? And then you said, if I had the chance, I would change. I wouldn't change anything. And it was kind of a slow, awkward answer where you're like thinking about the truth and you're like, what would I change? What wouldn't I change? Just make it up, Lola. So if I had the chance, I would have more money and a cute little puppy. That would make me a lot happier because I could go on more adventures with my family. Okay, so make it up. Be a little bit creative when you're practicing, and this is a tip for everybody. When you're practicing for the IELTS exam, practice being creative with your answers. Okay, you don't want to get stuck on the IELTS exam because you're having difficulty being creative. So practice being creative with your answers for your IELTS exam. Okay. Unfortunately, sometimes when we say the truth for an English exam, it's not useful because it's a very short or awkward answer. Okay. So Lola, just repeat this after me. If I had the chance, I would have $1 million in my bank account and a cute German Shepherd puppy. Then I would use the money to go on lots of adventures with my cute little dog.
If I had a chance, I would change $1 million at my bank account and have a puppy.
Because?
Because it would make me more happier.
I could go on a lot of adventures.
Because on more adventures.
Imagine yourself, your little puppy, you've given it a name, Sparky, and you're flying around the world on big adventures with Sparky, your little puppy, and the $1 million, right? So practice being creative, right, Lola? You told me that you were in this other city, and that made you especially happy, right? Lola, very importantly, your explanations are missing, okay? You have to include those explanations. When was a time when you felt especially joyful? When I had a trip to Gazat last month, 14th of November, I was very happy. I went with my mom and we decided to explore this city because our friend told us it is very beautiful. Okay, so keep thinking of those words like very, okay? All right? And because, keep thinking of the words like because something, okay?
Okay.
So explanations, lots of explanations, all right? Be creative, include explanations, Lola. Keep practicing that. That will help build your fluency and it will make your language sound much better, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Keep it up, Lola. Bye for now.
Bye.
All right. So explanations, everybody, and being creative in your IELTS speaking, part 1, part 2, and part 3. It's very important, and this is why it's critical that you practice for your speaking before. So good job, Lola, for being here. Give a thumbs up. I forgot to say that, and Akira's reminding me in the chat there, and Carolina's doing a good job too. So thumbs up to both Lola and Dewey for volunteering so far. You guys are awesome. Thank you so very much. Okay. All right. Hardeep, our premium student, is volunteering. It's good to be a premium student. Lots of benefits. Hardeep, are you ready? Hardeep says yes. Okay, Hardeep. Awesome. Hi, Hardeep.
Hi, Adrian.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I am doing fantastic. Hardeep, let me ask you some part 1 questions here. Are you ready?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Have you been using the course? I see that you're a premium member.
Yes, I have been using it
Awesome.
previously.
Good. Did you look at the speaking section of the interactive course?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, there's a lot of good tips there. You probably saw a lot of the tips that I've been saying in this class, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Right.
good. All right. And Hardeep, before we begin, why are you taking the IELTS?
I'm taking the test for my academic. I'm going over USA for my MS in data science.
Okay, data science. All right, that's a very popular field these days. Okay, Hardeep, well, here we go. Some fun questions. Let's talk about feeling happy.
Okay.
When was a time when you felt especially joyful?
The time is currently right now because I have done everything with my preparation for going to USA and I am quite free right now. And I'm planning for a trip with my friends in a hill station in Uttarkashi. And the making and preparing for the trip is making me more happy, even though I don't know what will happen over there. But just going over there makes me enthusiastic for it.
If you could change one part of your life to be happier, what would it be?
That's an interesting question. To change a part of my life, I would think to change my working hours because currently it's 6 days a week. I want to change it to 4 days a week, just like it's happening in England right now in some companies. It makes me more to interact with my family, gives me more hours to be with myself alone. That will make me more happier, I think, for right now.
How has your definition of happiness changed over the years?
To be precise with it, I would say from my childhood. In my childhood, I thought of materialistic things of having more, and not about the quality will makes me happy. But after earning and standing alone for myself, I understand now doing something for getting a goal where that makes me happy overall.
That is the end of part 1. We will now continue with part 2. Okay, Hardeep, great. Okay, nice fluency, great vocabulary. You're losing some marks because of word choice, so choosing incorrect words, and some awkward English. Let me show you. And It's a tough one because you have some what's called fossilized mistakes. So I can tell that
Okay.
you have used a lot of English, but unfortunately some English you learned incorrectly, or you learned it in kind of that typical way that many people in India learn it. Like
Yes.
one that I caught right away is the over there. So in India,
Yeah.
people use this over there a lot. And it's a little bit awkward for English speakers in other countries. Let me show
Okay.
you what I mean. So I said, what was a time when you felt especially joyful? And you said, the time is currently right now because I have done everything. I have, instead of everything, there's a better word that we can use here. We can say requirements. I have completed all of my requirements.
Okay.
Requirements for my preparation to go to the USA, and I have free time. And then the rest of that was a little bit long, like you were explaining that you have this trip planned and you're really excited about this trip. You want to be more concise, okay? So, and I'm
Okay.
preparing for a trip with my friends,
Okay.
and this makes me really excited. Now, you said, I don't know what will happen over there. When you're practicing your English, okay, try to remove the over.
Okay.
All right, so take out the over. Just take out the over. It's an unnecessary word and it makes it sound awkward. I don't know what will happen there, but I'm sure we will have fun. Just repeat after me. I don't know what will happen there, but I'm sure we will have fun.
I don't know what will happen there, but I will have fun.
Exactly, okay? So every time you catch yourself saying over there, stop yourself, go back, correct yourself. It's going to take some time because this is the kind of mistake that we call a fossilized mistake or crystallized mistake, but you have to keep correcting it to sound natural, okay? As soon as somebody hears the over there, immediately they'll be like, oh, he's from India or she's from India. Which is fine. It's an Indian dialect of English, but it does sound a bit awkward to a British or an Australian or to another ESL speaker. Okay, the over there. I don't know where that came from, but it just somehow seeped into the Indian English language. So try to take that out. Record yourself. Take that out. Okay. When I asked you this other question. If you could change one part of your life to be happier, what would it be? You said, that's an interesting question. That was a good way to buy time. And then you said, I would change my working hours from 6 days a week to 4 days a week. So be concise. I would change my working hours from 6 days a week to 4 days a week. That would make me more happy. That would make me happier, not more happy. That would make me happier. So just repeat after me. I would change my working hours from 6 days a week to 4 days a week. That would make me happier.
I would change my working hours from 6 days a week to 4 days a week. That would make me more happier.
That would make me happier.
That would make me happier.
Yeah, always keep repeating until you get it just perfect, because more happier, definitely not, okay? All right, I really liked your last answer, and you had a very nice piece of vocabulary in there. Had you given me perfect English there, I would have given you a band 9 for that last question on its own. So how has your definition of happiness changed over the years? Okay, use the present perfect. How has your definition changed? So it has changed quite a bit. Okay, just by saying it has changed quite a bit, you're showing the examiner that you can use present perfect and you recognize present perfect in the question. So just repeat after me. It has changed quite a bit.
It has changed quite a bit.
And then you said to be precise with that. It's careful not to add in those unnecessary words. To be precise. It's not with that. It's just to be precise. In my childhood, I thought about materialistic. I thought about happiness. I love that word, by the way, that you came up with that. Happiness in materialistic terms. This is a question for people in the chat. Does everybody know what materialistic means? Okay, that was a question for vocabulary question for people in the chat. What does it mean, materialistic? Let's see if anybody can answer that. I'm sure you can, but let's see if anybody else can. Romelia says, interested in material things. Yes, materialistic means that you want physical possessions, like you want toys, you want a video game, you want TV, you want a nice pair of shoes, nice clothes. That's being materialistic. So we want physical possessions. That's what makes us happy. Okay, so that was a very nice use of vocabulary, a high level vocabulary in materialistic terms, but not about the quality of life. However, now, since I'm working for myself, not doing a goal. What's the better word than doing a goal, Harpreet?
Working for a goal.
What do we do for a goal? We try to. This word starts with an A. Achieving a goal, right?
Okay. Achieving a goal.
Achieving a goal makes me happy. And here's where you can connect. What's the goal that you told me about in your previous answer? And you can connect very nicely here with a smooth example, such as going to the US for my graduate studies, right?
Yeah.
So make that connection. And that's how you can turn that into a band 9, okay? So reflect the grammar, the present perfect, okay? And then clear language. I'm going to say this, repeat after me, okay? It has changed quite a bit. To be precise, in my childhood, I thought about happiness in materialistic terms, but not the quality of life. Now, since I'm working for myself, achieving a goal makes me happy, like going to the US for my graduate studies.
It has been changed quite a bit. To be precise, in my childhood I thought about happiness in materialistic terms, but not about quality of life. However, now, since I am working for myself, achieving a goal makes me happy overall, such as going to the US for my graduate studies.
Awesome. Okay. So what I want you to do as you are going forward, Hardeep, okay, is I want you to really pay attention to recording yourself. So when you're practicing your speaking by yourself, or even if you're doing it with a partner, then record yourself, all right? And then after you record yourself, take out any unnatural part of language, like saying over there, and really focus on correct word choice. I have a feeling this is also going to affect your writing score, making sure that you have the correct word choice. So really look for those correct words, and then you're going to go from a band 6, 5, 7 all the way up to a band 8, 8, 5, okay?
Okay.
All right. Hardeep, keep up the good studies. Use that premium course as much as possible, okay?
Okay. Thank you, Adrian.
Thanks for volunteering, Hardeep. Keep up the good studies. Okay, that was Hardeep. Let's see if we have some other people volunteering. Romelia, I have to reload the page here, Romelia. Let me see if I can see you there. Yeah, okay. Romelia. I just had to refresh the page, everybody. It's part of the updates that we're doing here. But Romelia, I saw that you volunteered, so I'm going to send you a message. Romelia is another one of our premium users. Romelia, are you ready? I know that Romelia is studying hard to improve her language. Let's see if she is there. Maria, I also see you there as well. Okay. Romelia, you might have to refresh your page. Okay. Romelia, let me call you. Okay. So, Romelia, can you refresh your page? Here, let's do this way. Okay. Romelia, let me call you. Okay, don't call me. Let me call you. Let's do it the other way. I just had to refresh again. So, Romelia, just respond if you're there, and then I'll call you. Okay. So I will call you. Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, Romelia. How are you?
Not bad. Can you hear me now?
I can, yeah. I can. I actually clicked on the camera, but that doesn't work because I'm using the camera for YouTube. So that was causing a little bit of an issue on my end. All right, Romelia, another one of our premium users. Have you been using the course, Romelia?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Have you been watching any of the videos in the course?
Yeah, I'm in course of
Okay.
assimilating the information and
Good. Good.
brushing up at my English skills.
Do you have an idea, Romelia, of when you are going to give the IELTS exam a go, when you will give it a shot?
Maybe in 10 years when I'll have the courage to book. Joking.
We might just have translator implants by then, Romelia. We might not need IELTS in 10 years.
I know my English is terrible and
It's not.
I have
It's
to.
not. Romelia, today's class is about being happy and about being confident. So no pessimism.
Okay.
No cup is half empty. You got to be like Dewey, cup half full person. All right, Romelia, here we go. Are you ready for some questions?
Okay.
All right.
Why not?
Let's talk about feeling happy. What kinds of activities make you feel happy?
What kind of?
Activities make you feel happy.
My favorite pastime, which definitely make me happy, it's a relaxing stroll in the evening. Because in my opinion as a biochemist, this helps with the releasing of endorphins, some hormones responsible of well-being states, and that's why I do this as often as I can.
Where do you go to enjoy life?
To be honest, my favorite place is in the UK because I'm a big fan of British culture. Why not British food? Even if it's not that healthy. So my favorite place is in southern England by the sea, where anytime I want to charge my battery, I book a flight to London and then take the train to this pub by the sea and enjoy the life to the maximum there.
How has your definition of happiness changed over the years?
I think it has changed a lot in the last years, especially because technology has been taken over, and especially young people are used to, I don't know, to be satisfied with little material things like state-of-the-art mobile phone or video game, practical things basically, which in my opinion are shallow, and they have to think more than this to the most important things related to the spiritual evolution.
Okay.
I was terrible, I know.
It wasn't terrible. No, it was still band. I would say band 7. It was good English. So more than fluent. You had some good vocabulary. There was some awkward use of grammar here and there a little bit, but also some good reflection. So it was 7, maybe a 7.5 between there. So between a good and a slightly better than good. I'll give you some feedback. So you have some good answers. You have good vocabulary. You want to really, Romelia, so you really want to focus on concise, okay? So it's kind of like the same answer as what I gave for Hardeep, because he has good English in terms of the Indian typical kind of speaking style, like using the over there. You have it more in the European, Central Eastern European style. So you have good English, but with some oddities. So you want to correct those by continuously reviewing and revising. So don't just focus on new language and new answers, but really focus on adjusting your existing language. And it takes work, but it does happen. Okay.
Okay.
I asked you what kinds of activities make you feel happy. And you said my favorite pastime, which is, and then you said definitely make me happy. So this is where what I would do is I would record myself. Then I would listen. I would even type it out. So
Yeah, start an idea and then, yeah, I know.
So I would go my favorite pastime, and then take out the which. Okay, because that's making it awkward. So that was the unnecessary word there. My favorite pastime activity is definitely pastime that definitely makes me feel, that missing S there, right? That definitely makes me feel happy is a relaxing stroll in the evening. And then you said because
In my idea was to say which, and I think I've actually said which make me happy. Never mind.
Yeah, so you exactly. So you were swapping between two different ways of saying it, and because you used both, it sounded awkward, and that's why it hurts your mark, right? So you have to choose one and then go with it. So my favorite pastime my favorite pastime that definitely makes me feel happy is a relaxing stroll in the evening. Not because, in my opinion, try to take out those pieces when you're getting better and better. So just go right into it. As a biochemist, this helps me, right? Helps me to release endorphins and increase my serotonin. If you want to get a bit technical, serotonin, which is the happy transmitter.
Yeah.
Right. And that's fine. Okay. So don't go into over explanation. Okay. Nice technical terms, some nice academic terms. No need to over explain. Okay. So repeat after me, Romelia. My favorite pastime that definitely makes me feel happy is a relaxing stroll in the evening. As a biochemist, I know that this helps me to release endorphins and increase serotonin, which is known as the happy transmitter.
My favorite pastime that definitely makes me happy is a relaxing stroll in the evening. As a biochemist, I know that this helps me to release endorphins and increase serotonin, which is a happy transmitter.
Yeah, like that, and just calmly, naturally, right? Okay, so let's hop to the last piece here. And again, this is for a lot of people out there. So I'm not just saying this to Romelia, but to a lot of the viewers that are stuck in the band kind of 6 to 7 range for the IELTS. It's like it seems like there's an invisible ceiling there, like a glass ceiling that's just so hard to go past, right?
Exactly.
And I think and a lot of people feel the same way as you, Romelia. Like, why am I stuck at this 6.5? Same thing in the writing, right? And a big reason for that is because a lot of people think the way to get past that is to just keep practicing. And while there's truth to that, it's also very important to think about how you're practicing. So not just always new materials and new questions, but go back to these questions, identify the mistakes, correct the mistakes, say the mistakes, listen to those corrections again and again, and basically retrain the brain to speak correctly, speak better, okay? All right, where do you go to enjoy life? Let's take out the to be honest. I really don't like that. I know some people are okay with it, but I'm not a big fan. So my favorite place is the UK because I'm a big fan of British culture. Did you say while not the British food or also the British food? I couldn't figure that out clearly there, Romelia. Romelia, are you still with me? Did we lose Romelia? Romelia, oh no.
I'm here. I said, there. Why not? Why not?
Why not the British food? Okay, yeah, that's I thought you said while not because British food is not not all that famous, but so I couldn't quite catch I couldn't quite catch it.
It's notorious for being unhealthy.
Yeah, I would have said it a little bit differently to be clear. So my favorite place is the UK because I'm a big fan of British culture. And even, I would have said, and even the British food.
Yeah.
even
Fish and chips.
yeah, even the British food like fish and chips. Yeah, I love fish and chips actually. Halibut, it's great, and fish and chips, even though it's not healthy. I enjoy life to the maximum there. That was a beautiful expression, and I hope everybody can repeat this after me. So this is for everybody. Romelia said it correctly, but Romelia, by all means, feel free to copy me. I enjoy life to the maximum there. And
I enjoy.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
Romelia. Go ahead.
I enjoy life to the maximum there.
Yeah,
Oh
and
my
this
God.
is such a common expression that we've actually shortened it in everyday language. We just say max. I enjoy life to the max
Oh.
there. So you can say, I enjoy life to the max there. Try it, Romelia. I enjoy life to the max there.
I enjoy life to the max there.
Yeah, so you can shorten it even further. It's a very common expression these days. Okay, good. All right, that was good. So Romelia, record, correct, repeat.
Yeah.
Listen again. Okay, lots
In
of
like
that.
10
lots of
years, I'll be a band-aid. Okay, I know.
No. I bet you could do it within a year as long as you are doing review, because you have so much contact with the English language too. So lots of reading, lots of correction and repetition. Okay.
Okay.
It's not 10 years. Okay, Romelia, thank you so much for volunteering. Have
Thank
a
you.
lovely
My
day.
my lesson today was it's okay to make mistakes as long as you spot them and correct them. Otherwise, it's not okay to make mistakes.
Yeah, Romelia, you know, the video lessons that will really help you are those point of first person perspective. You've seen those lessons with me where I'm like doing karaoke, where it's like you're as if you're talking to me. Have you seen those videos?
Not yet. Not
Okay,
yet.
look for those ones. We have about 10 or 15 videos. Look through the videos. It's like as if you're actually talking. It's like a karaoke where you're talking to me. Look for those videos in your full course and practice with those ones. You're going to love those. Those are going to really help you to improve where you need to, okay?
Okay.
If you can't find
Thank
them,
you.
just let me know. But you should see them from the thumbnail, okay?
Thank you so much.
Okay, bye, Romelia.
Bye.
All right, give Romelia a thumbs up. That was lovely. All right, everybody. So that is it for now. I've run out of time. Maria de la Fruz, nice to see you in here as well. I can see that we've got lots more premium members and other people volunteering now, but I'm out of time. So don't worry about it. We've got more speaking coming up in the week. Again, as I said, it pays to be a premium user. So definitely check out the premium package, which is available to you when you click the big red button on the homepage right there. I think it's just right above my head there. Again, it's a one-time payment for lifetime access. We're IDP affiliates, British Council partners. You can even book your IELTS exam in some countries on our website. In this class, we're giving you that discount code again, history. That's coming from our most recent video, history 99. For a 10% discount. Thank you so much, everybody, for your participation. And I'm going to be back tomorrow with more IELTS live lessons. Tomorrow's live IELTS lessons will be reading for members, and we'll be listening part 1 and part 2 for subscribers. So subscribe to the channel so you can join the chat. Okay, that's free. And you'll also get notifications of video releases and such. So we're here to help you. Mal, you're most welcome. Siviana, thank you for enjoying the class. Carolina, thank you so much for all the hard work and helping students in the class today. I really do appreciate that. I hope that everybody has a lovely rest of the day. I know it's quite late for some of you in your countries, so I again appreciate your support staying up so late to study your English, and keep at it. You're going in the right direction, and you're all awesome people, so believe in yourselves. Don't let anybody get you down. Be like Dewey, cup half full always. I'm Adrian. I'm signing out from Victoria for now. Much love to all of you wherever you are in this world. Bye for now.